SD-WAN Edge Security. Citrix SD-WAN provides robust built-in WAN edge security while ensuring WAN reliability and always-on connectivity. On top of existing standard and premium editions, we now have Advanced Edition in order to achieve edge security functionalities. This Advanced Edition is one of the new edition that we are getting introduced in order to get edge security capabilities. Here is the topology that I'll be using for today's demonstration, where I have a branch and a data center. Both of them are managed using Citrix SD-WAN Orchestrator. And on branch appliance, we have this edge security capabilities achieved using Advanced Edition license. So now, when we are trying to access any of the internet traffic from the branch hosts, that particular traffic will be inspecting using the Advanced Edition capabilities, and we'll be applying edge security capabilities on that internet traffic that we are trying to access. This includes web filtering, anti-malware, and intrusion prevention. Let's now go through the live demo. Before going through the demo, here are the demo steps that I'll be demonstrating as part of today's demo, where I'll be enabling Advanced Edition license in order to get this edge security capabilities on the branch side, and we'll be adding a security profile using which we can configure all the capabilities related to edge security, web filtering, anti-malware, and intrusion prevention. And this security profile, it will be used in firewall policy definition with action as inspect, after which we'll try to start sending traffic that matches the firewall policy that we have created, and try to see how this edge security capabilities are applied on that internet traffic that we are trying to access through the branch appliance. All the configurations related to edge security are managed using SD-WAN Orchestrator. Now, to start with, let's try to see how to enable edge security on 1100 platform. For that, here is the remote site. It's one of the branch appliance on my test setup, where by going to basic site configuration, we'll be able to see a new edition called Advanced Edition, which got introduced here. Device Edition, Advanced Edition. So once we select the platform on which we support edge security capabilities, we will be able to select Device Edition as Advanced Edition, and that's it with respect to enabling edge security capabilities. Once after enabling the device type or device edition as Advanced Edition, the edge security capabilities will be applied on the appliance on performing staging and activation using this configuration. That is with respect to enabling edge security subsystem on the branch appliance. Now let's try to see how we are going to enable or configure edge security capabilities. For that, we need to go to all sites and security, and first thing we need to do is we'll be configuring security profile, where we'll be able to define the edge security capabilities that we wanted to enable. Here I have a test profile defined where I have web filtering, anti-malware, and intrusion prevention got enabled. By default, nothing will be there. We can go ahead and configure a new security profile by clicking on new security profile over here. For example, let's see what's configured here in my test profile. So once after giving the profile name and description, we can directly go ahead and enable this option by using enable and disable toggle over here. And all these tabs over here that we can see, web filtering, intrusion prevention, and anti-malware, we can just enable or disable using the toggle over here. So let's see what's configured on web filtering. Here in web filtering, we have different categories that can be blocked, and within each category, if we want, we can block or flag a specific site, and we have an option to bypass sites, which means if we have a category that got blocked, within that category, if we wanted to allow a specific site, we can specify that as part of bypass sites. Similarly, bypass client IPs as well, and there are few advanced options where we can specify some of the configuration options over here. For example, block quick protocol. This is basically it will be running on UDP 443. In general, it will be used by Google Chrome and Google based applications. So by default, our web filtering will not be able to categorize quick protocol which is running on UDP port 443, which can if we are blocking that quick protocol, the actual client applications will be reverting back to TCP based transport. So our web filtering will be able to identify and categorize the applications appropriately. Similarly, other advanced options can be enabled here. One important thing here we can see, we can define a custom URL for blocked sites. Here I have a custom URL page which got defined, where any of the site that got blocked will be redirected to this specific URL block page that I have defined over here. So for this demonstration, I have a blocked category. I have blocked one of the category, which is social networking, which will be falling into productivity. Here we can see that social networking got blocked, which means all the websites that are part of social networking will be blocked. For example, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those websites will be blocked because they'll be falling into social networking category. So now I have blocked a specific site as well. Here let us see what is that site. Here I have blocked a specific site, geekinterview.com, and here is the description, block interview preparation. So we can block a specific URL as well by using block or flag sites option over here. And also I have configured to allow a specific site, linkedin.com, and this LinkedIn, it will be falling into social networking category. And in the first option we have blocked social networking, which means even though we have blocked social networking, I wanted to allow LinkedIn website by using this bypass sites option, configuration option over here. So with that, we'll try to access some of the social networking applications along with LinkedIn, and we should be able to allow access LinkedIn website but not other social networking websites. We'll try to see how that's been achieved. That's about web filtering configuration. And intrusion prevention, by default, if we just enable this toggle, we'll be able to get all intrusion prevention capabilities. This is the default configuration options that are available. So if we wanted to define user-defined intrusion prevention policies, that also can be defined. We'll see that in a while. Similarly, we can configure anti-malware functionality. Just by enabling this toggle, we'll be able to enable anti-malware capabilities on this 1100 platform using the security profile that we are defining. So by default, all our anti-malware will be able to scan all the file types that are defined over here. We support up to 41 file types. We'll be able to scan and report if there are any virus infected files. We can enable or disable few of the file types if we don't wanted to process or scan those file types if we think that it is coming from a trusted source. And similarly, we have an option to define or scan MIME types. It's up to 10 MIME types we'll be able to scan over here. We can, if we want, we can enable by default or we can disable by default, and selectively also we'll be able to select certain MIME types that we wanted to scan. And here we can see that there is, by default, we'll be able to scan HTTP, FTP and SMTP files that are downloaded using these protocols will be scanned, and it will be reported if there are any virus detected in those files that we have scanned. That is with respect to profile definition, where we'll be able to define and configure all the edge security capabilities that we wanted to apply on the traffic that we wanted to process through the branch appliance. So now let's go ahead and see a few other options. As we have discussed earlier, there is an option to define user defined intrusion prevention policy. So here we can directly go ahead and create. By default we have 4 predefined intrusion prevention rules, and now if we wanted to we can go ahead and define by creating a new intrusion prevention rule and by selecting appropriate class and class type and category that we wanted to apply. So we have defined a single security profile over here in this particular example. If we wanted, if we can define different security profile for each category. For example, if you wanted to define a separate security profile for web filtering, separate security profile for anti-malware and intrusion prevention, that can also be done. And we can define as many security profiles that we wanted to define as per the network or enterprise requirements. So now what are we going to do with this security profile? So using our stateful firewall functionality, by default we'll be able to configure security firewall policies that we wanted to. So we'll be using our existing stateful firewall functionality in order to get this edge security capabilities with some additional configuration options. So we can select the match type as IP protocol, and we can create the firewall policy with different match criteria that we wanted to, or that an enterprise admin wanted to. So once after defining the filter criteria, we can go ahead and select the action as inspect, which is only for IP protocols. Once we select the action as inspect, we'll be getting an option to define the security profile that we have configured. So in our earlier step, we have configured a security profile by the name test profile, and we are seeing that in the drop down over here. If you are defining more number of security profiles, we'll be getting that in the drop down that we are seeing on the screen. Once we select the action as inspect and associate the security profile and activate the configuration using this firewall policy that we have configured, we'll be able to apply this on the sites on which we wanted to get this edge security capabilities. Once after activating the configuration, we are now enabled with edge security capabilities along with a firewall filter policy, using which we'll be able to filter the traffic and apply the edge security capabilities. Now let's go ahead and try sending some traffic. So here are the reports that where we can see the edge security capabilities. So web filtering, anti-malware and intrusion prevention. Let's try to select for last 10 minutes. So here now I'll try to access some of the websites and we'll try to see how the traffic is being reported over here. I have a Windows host machine and a Linux host machine which is sitting behind SD-WAN 1100 platform, which is enabled with edge security capabilities. I'll try to access the Windows machine. Here is the Windows machine with data IP as 172.16.14.11. Now let me try to access some of the websites and see how it's been functioning as per the security capabilities that we have configured. So first thing, as per the configuration, I have blocked a specific URL, geekinterview.com. Let's see that in the configuration before accessing the traffic. So if we go to the configuration, security profile, here we have blocked a specific URL, geekinterview.com. We'll try to access this website and see what's going to happen. So here is the website that I have accessed, geekinterview.com, and it's been redirected to a custom block page that we have configured in while defining the security profile. There it's providing us the information as per the description that we have provided while defining the security profile, where we can see here it says block interview preparation. This is the description that was provided while defining the security profile and while adding to block geekinterview.com. We can see that by going to the configuration. Here we can see that it says block interview preparation. This is the information that we can see on the custom block page, and this custom block page can be customized as per the enterprise requirement. It's not predefined. So for this example, we have a custom block page which will be providing us an information about the description related to the blocked sites that we are trying to access. So other example is we have blocked social networking category, and within that category we have bypassed a specific site, linkedin.com. So now let's try to access some of the social networking websites and try to see what's going to happen. So now I'll try to access facebook.com, which will be falling into social networking category, and we are not able to access this website because it's part of the blocked category as per the firewall policy definition. So now let's try to access linkedin.com. So we are able to access linkedin.com because even though it is part of the social networking category, since we have configured our security profile to bypass linkedin.com, we are now able to access linkedin.com even though it is part of the blocked category. Now let's try to go ahead and check the reports, how it's been reported with respect to the blocked sites that we have accessed. Here we have introduced new report section, security web filtering. Here we can see that the blocked sites, the stats related to the blocked sites are getting updated. As we have selected for last 10 minutes, we can go up to a maximum of 1 month reports. So we can select whatever the time frame that we wanted to monitor. Here we'll be reporting total web requests processed by the branch appliance and number of or the percentage of the requests allowed, flagged and blocked. Here we have tried to access the websites linkedin.com, geekinterview.com and other social networking websites which are blocked. So here we can see that the stats related to the blocked sites are getting incremented. And here on the bottom we can see the top web event section where we can see top site names. It will be providing us top 10 sites that are processing the web requests as per the web filtering configuration. If we click on this, we'll be able to get the graphical view of the total number of requests processed, flagged and blocked as well. We'll be able to see the details related to the security profile as well. It will be providing us the top security profiles, and within that security profiles it will be providing us the graphical view as well. That's about web filtering demonstration. Now let's try to see what's going to happen with anti-malware. So here we are seeing for last 10 minutes nothing is being processed which got infected. Now we'll try to access some of the infected file icar.com and try to see how it's been reported in anti-malware security reports. For this, I'll be trying to download icar.com file using the LAN host machine, Linux host machine through the branch appliance, and we can see that the icar.com file got blocked, and we'll be able to see this in the reports as well. And in the reports we can see that the number of scanned file got incremented, and we can also see that the file infected stats getting incremented over here. And in the graphical view also we can see that we have scanned a file which got infected, and similar to web filtering we can also see the graphical view of the top sites as well, which will be providing us details about the total number of scanned files and the number of infected files as well. Now let's try to test or evaluate intrusion prevention functionality. So here we can see that total number of intrusion events are 8, and we'll be logging each and every intrusion event over here, and the blocked intrusion events are 0%. Now let's try to perform a SYN-FLOOD attack, simulate SYN-FLOOD using HPing3, and try to see how it's been processed by our intrusion prevention functionality. For this, I'll be using HPing with which will be performing a SYN-FLOOD simulation where I'll be trying to send continuous SYN packets. So we are now trying to see that some of the packets are being processed by the appliance. Once after detecting that branch appliance is being attacked, kind of a SYN-FLOOD attack, we'll be able to see that the traffic is being blocked. So here we can see the stats also. We are trying to send some 10 packets, only 4 packets are processed, after which the branch appliance has detected this as a SYN-FLOOD attack, and we'll be able to see this getting reported in our intrusion prevention reports as well. Here is the report related to intrusion prevention, where we can see that the blocked percentage got incremented because we have tried to perform SYN-FLOOD, and it's been detected by our intrusion prevention engine, and we'll be logging this intrusion prevention events along with blocking any of the flood attack or anything related to any attack related to intrusion prevention will be blocked by our intrusion prevention engine. For example, if there is any vulnerable software and if someone tries to attack that, our intrusion prevention will be able to identify and block that particular access. So that's about the edge security functionalities, web filtering, anti-malware and intrusion prevention, which got introduced in Citrix SD-WAN 11.2 release, and we will be getting SSL inspection as well coming in our upcoming software release. Thank you.